Hi everyone, in this episode of How Do You Do That, I'm going to once again have a look at how I dealt with certain shots in the recent project I graded called Lavaline. So first what we're going to do is we're going to look at this shot here of the gentleman in the airplane. So as you can see here, this is the totally ungraded shot, and you can see the earplug in his ear there. And so what we need to do is we needed to create a specific look to integrate this footage into the rest of the project. Plus, the director requested that we try to find a way of removing the earplug. So what I did is I used the patch replace tool in order to do this. So as you can see here, this is the shot without any correction. I want to remove the earplugs. So as you can see here, and how I was able to do that was by using the OpenFX plugin for this. So as you can see, if I go into a loop mode, you can see here, this is using the patch replace tool to actually eliminate that information. And what this does is it gives me the two circles, and basically here I decide that this is where I want to borrow the information from and to cover that area in his ear. And then when we look at it without the reticle over it, you can see now it looks far better than if we had it like so. Next thing what I'm going to do is I want to do my first layer of the look that I wanted to achieve. And then finally what we want to do here is then I want to cover that with a more heavy look in this area. And then finally at the end, what I did is I did a short, as you can see here, a blur, sharpen, and mist control, where I just sort of sharpened the picture a little bit just to give a little additional correction to that. And there we have our final look to the picture. Okay, so we have other shots that we have. If we look at this particular shot here, you can see here is the gentleman looking over the volcano with the lava coming up. If I look at it without correction, this is the original shot. So what I did then was node 1, created my first correction. Node number 2, I then did an isolation. So as you can see here, this is what I was picking up. And then node number 3, I actually did a custom curve in that area. So as you can see here, if I come over, I actually, in the custom curve area, I did a low softening. So I had a powerful image, but was able to recover some of the shadow details back into the picture using the low softening control. And then finally, I just gave a little touch-up correction at the very end. Because in this clip I was working with serial nodes, it's important that if you want to touch up the correction, always do it at the end, so this way you do not cause problems with any qualifiers that you're doing earlier in the node graph. So here we have the shot of the airplane flying over. And if I look here, this is my final correction. Okay, so if we break this down now, first thing we have is our basic correction of the shot. And then the next thing I do here is I just layered a little correction, a little more contrast in this area with a secondary node. And then here, as you can see in this area, I've actually darkened the lower corner of the picture. You can see there, this part gets slightly darker. And then finally, I wanted to make it a bit, enhance the green a bit. So what I did is at the end, I threw a node on the end there and just made it a bit greener overall. And there we have our look in the picture. So this is basically just showing how we were able to deal with 3 separate scenes in the Lavaline project to bring them together and how to integrate them best into the entire project. So for more tips and tricks like this, don't forget to have a look at the other videos on our YouTube channel. And for more information about training services, have a look in the comments below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thanks and have a great day.